Hi everyone, it's Des here. Welcome to DOdaily. I'm just out for a run. I'll be back shortly with Monday motivation and a few words to try and encourage you to get the week off to an absolute flyer. Getting in another 5k towards my Do Running Advent Activity Challenge. Of course, I've been working at that since the first, trying to run 5k a day between now and Christmas Day. Really enjoying it. Not finding it easy, as much as I'm encouraging it and put it out to you guys last week. It's something that I never find particularly easy, but it's just great to be out running again. And of course, when I'm out running, that puts me in a great frame of mind. And that's where I'm at the moment. Really sort of pleased to have picked up in that sense. Had a good weekend on Friday. I mentioned it was going to be a relatively quiet one, and it has been. You know, I managed to get to that new park run. Really enjoyed Montswood Trail. Bitterly cold, but again, took it easy. Just sort of easing my way back in. Yesterday, I had a few things to do around the running club, so I actually had to get out on my own and found that a little bit of a struggle too, but got out there, did it. The challenge is great for adding that accountability. It's just what we need sometimes. And I got out there and I was actually quite pleased. I didn't feel like I was putting my foot down, but managed to find a little bit of pace. You know, nothing compared to what I'm hoping to achieve in the coming weeks and months, but I got a good run in, so really pleased with that. And of course, Forest won, so that puts me in a great frame of mind as well. So great weekend, really looking to attack the week. Just been out for a run with Kay as well, despite the fact it's our shared passion, it's what we love, you know, and we do a lot of things around it. We don't actually get out for a run together that often, you know, so it was really enjoyable. A great way to start the week, like I say. Taking so much from it, taking so much from the challenge. But what I really want to talk about today is Christmas spirit and allowing yourself to enjoy it. As you can see behind me, we put the tree up, so I thought it'd make a great setting for today's video. That challenge, of course, counting down to Christmas is a great way of building up the anticipation, you know, and like I say, with this being up, Kay putting it up yesterday whilst I was out, you know, come back and everywhere feels that little bit I feel a little bit more Christmassy, you know, and everything starting to sort of click into place. Got presents to buy, of course, but rubbish with that. I'm going to try and get on that pretty soon. I'm always a little bit slow at getting started, but once I do, I tend to get it done very quickly. But yeah, what this week in particular, I think it's important because it's easy sometimes, isn't it, to think that, why I want to sort of talk about it, it's easy to think that we can forget other things, you know. We can get engrossed in Christmas and that's fantastic, and it's a time of year to celebrate, but it's also important to do all the things we do. I'm saying all the time, don't be defined by things you can't control. Don't be defined by Christmas. Do you know, there's still things to do, there's still things to enjoy, you know, the everyday things that keep us ticking. And sometimes I just sense people can say, I'm not going to do this because I've got this plan, or I'm not going to do this because it's Christmas, or I'm not going to do that. And that's not really the way to attack it, is it? Try and do as much as you can. It's that one time a year when there is lots of things to do, when there's lots of parties, when there's lots of invitations, you know. But like the challenge, it's a challenge at this time of year with a purpose, you know, to keep you active, albeit have that extra mince pie, have that little treat. But what it does, it keeps you fit and well, you know, keep pushing on. And it's about finding time as well. You know, I've not really struggled yet, but I know in the coming days I'm going to have to get out early in the morning, you know, or late at night. I think I've done one of these in 1 year. I went out at 11:30 just to get it in. But the key is getting it in, you know, and that's what I'm saying about everything. What I really want to do with myself this week is get into that Christmas spirit. Like I say, a few things have helped me, but what I try to do these days is remember that it's your Christmas as well. Do it how it works for you. Of course, if you want to down tools and put everything down and forget everything, and it makes you really happy, do that. But don't sort of sacrifice having a great time to come back to a bit of a mess, if you see what I mean. Whether it's your health or your fitness, or whether it's things you would normally do elsewhere, why can't we do it all? Really embrace it. Get into the spirit early. That's what I'm trying to do. Not too early. I've been cautious. When people have tried to talk to me about Christmas in September, I've kind of shot them down a little bit. But it's the time of year, isn't it? I do absolutely love it. I try and do as much as I can around it. And again, just referring back to that challenge, it adds to my Christmas day. I've said it no end of times on this in the last week or two, that people say, you don't want on Christmas Day, do you? Absolutely, because it's one of the things I love on one of the best days of the year. And I know I keep sort of alluding to that challenge, but the message is sort of just crack on with everything. I'm not being blasé. I know something's got to give at times somewhere, but it's not the time to be saying no, is it? It's the time to be saying, let's give it a go. Let's do whatever we can. And if that means sort of stretching yourself a little bit, of course, you've got to be careful, you've got to be mindful, but it's the time of year to really sort of get stuck in, I absolutely love Christmas, it's a great time. I like the little traditions, a little glass of wine here and there with a bit of mince pie. I like the tree going up and then the songs and the parties and all these things, and it can just be a time when we can just get a little bit carried away with ourselves, and I know Christmas isn't for everybody and everybody's is different, and I'm quite fortunate now that I get it my way. I get to sort of run all through it. I get to spend it with Kay, and my family comes to me, and that's all nice, and I appreciate not everybody's got that kind of setup, but it's about making the most of what you got. A lot of these messages I say on a Monday are recurring for every week. Of course, it's about starting the week, picking yourself up, but why not start really looking forward, planning it in now, plan what you're going to do, fill the calendar up. For me, a busy Christmas is a great Christmas. Believe me, there's been times in the past when it's not been so busy. I always refer back to the start of my running and looking after myself and trying to sort of work on a bit of self-development, and that Christmas, to be honest, just before all the decisions I made come after Christmas, because I didn't really enjoy it. I spent a lot of it on my own, just the way things have panned out. Of course, now ultimately everything's for the best, but just the way things have panned out, I spent it a lot on my own. I spent it with family on the day, but then you go home to an empty house and things like that, and it wasn't the best. So when I was in a bad place, so I didn't have too many people around me, and it just wasn't the best experience, and it made me realise from that point, like I say, some of the decisions I made after was about sort of making it as busy as I can, doing whatever I can, even if it's helping others, you're doing something important at Christmas. There'll be plenty of times where I'll look to support other things over this period, and again, it's a time for giving, isn't it? And unfortunately in life, lots of people don't give if they know they're not going to receive, but one of my big things is to give as much as I can, help and support, wherever I can, and sometimes that's all that's needed, isn't it? If you've got a friend or if you've got family that might be on their own, invite them, invite them to a party. It doesn't have to be Christmas Day, but again, it's just about sort of enjoying the build up, because ultimately, and I'm not being miserable, it's all over very quickly, isn't it? It's all over in the blink of an eye. I've got lots to look forward to between Christmas and New Year, or any made plans for New Year, but it's over in the blink of an eye, and then we have to sort of set back into reality. So if we can really sort of get some dates in, get some parties set up, whatever, even if it's just meeting somebody you've not seen all year for Christmas, I just think that would be a great way to sort of start this week with intention. Now, what is it? Just over 4 weeks to go. You can plan it all in now, and like I always say, when you plan it in, when you're prepared for it, you're more likely to do it, and that's all it's about. Just absolutely enjoy it to the max. You know, embrace it, embrace the busyness, embrace the craziness, embrace all the crappy Christmas songs. You know, we've heard a million times. Like I say, it only happens once. But this week on a Monday, I'm making a real point of setting about it. You know, like I say, the tree, you know, hearing songs and all these shows starting to come on at Christmas as well. You know, it's fantastic, isn't it? I'm feeling pleased with myself. You know, the diet's going really well. 2 weeks now, I've lost over a stone, so that's made me feel so much better. My arm's feeling so much better. You know, I've got everything to be positive about. More than ever, I'm looking forward to my running. You know, getting back into it, really getting stuck in that. I feel like a runner again, and that's a bizarre feeling. You know, I've not felt that for such a long time now. You know, I felt like somebody who organises running, and that. People might look on that and go, well, this is all you talk about, this is all you do, this is all you spend your life sort of doing. Yes, but I haven't actually been doing that much of it because I've been ill and I've had a couple of injuries, you know, so getting out there on these cold, dark winter nights, you know, it's tough. Like I said, finding the cold tough because I've been injured, because I've not done as much activity. Finding the cold a real tough one. You know, normally I'm out in all weathers, you know, walking, doing as much activity as I can. But this challenge, like over the weekend, it's got me out, it's got me going. Tonight, wasn't really feeling it, you know, but it's got me going. I said to Kay after about a mile, my head's starting to clear a bit, you know, I'm feeling a bit fresher and I'm feeling a bit more with it. It's great for that. So like I say, guys, the message today, really start looking forward to it. And if you look forward to it, look forward to Christmas, look forward to the big day, I can assure you it'll be a good one. If you face it like a Grinch, like a grump, you know, it's probably not going to be a good one, is it? It's like anything, you know, it's like every single message every week, you know, if you put some effort into it, create some positive energy, you know, you'll be absolutely flying come the big day. So for now, have a absolutely fantastic week. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow with Tuesday training, Wednesday workout, Thursday thoughts, where I asked that throwback question. Check out last week's live questions and answers show. If you've got anything to add, please add it in on the links at the end of the video. All the links will be added, across the social media. Drop a comment, I'll pick them out. Any questions you've got, for that, if you want to come on and talk, please feel free. You know, I'm just trying to provide something that supports people and encourages them, and at this time of year, that's more important than ever, isn't it? So until Tuesday training, just doing it.